All right, I just started this one right here.
Listen to me, beer right here.
Jesus as we all get set up, everyone. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, music and everything going.
Do you need some in the background?
Nah, yeah, I think I had to have mine out. Oh, we live now?
I'm going live. As soon as y'all tell me to hit live.
Oh, look, we're here.
It's already on Facebook.
Little delay, and I'm not trying to squeeze. I just figured we better squeeze
No,
together. I'm not trying to be home or nothing.
Actually, bro, I think I have it angled sideways.
You're gonna get banned from TikTok.
Maybe.
Alright, so on this,
Sorry.
we need to. That's a big delay, right?
It's pretty good delay.
Do we want to turn it for me?
Y'all are TikTok
No.
live.
Just scoot this way. We'll get people in here anyway.
Yeah, like it takes a minute.
Oh, we got it.
You can see yourself right now. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it just takes a little delay.
Could be your internet. Probably not. Could be.
So bear with us, everyone, as we get this set up really quick. Can you see in that phone okay?
Nelson's Athletics joined.
Okay. That's your people?
I'm sure. I think so.
We have 2 people watching on Facebook right now. Like I said, this is going to be more of a video of a Q&A just to get situated with the rules and what's happening and what we have planned. This video will be saved where we could post it on YouTube or send it to people so they could actually watch it. I know people are busy right now. I'm Jeremy Granado. This is
Jason Burns.
Jason Burns. And we were supposed to have another buddy here. He may show up late. He may not. Hopefully he does. But really quick, just want to say thank you for jumping on with us. We're excited about what we have in store for the tournament this next week, just 1 week away. So do you have anything you want to say really quick before we get actually in depth?
Well, I just
Or to your TikTok people?
Well, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody joining. You know, we have some technical difficulties every once in a while, and that's going to be all right. And we're just going to do the best we can. We've got this catfish tournament coming up, Lake Nasworthy, April 20th, and we're excited. It's the first one, the inaugural tournament of the 2024 season.
Yeah, and we'll have 8 tournaments, so we plan to have one every month for the rest of the remainder of the year. So I don't mean to cut you off if you're not done, but just want to jump on. If y'all haven't seen who we are, what we're doing, it's the Concho Valley Catfishing Club. Kind of just came from an idea like, hey, who catfishes? There are a lot of bass fishermen out here, which is nothing against them, but not a lot of people competing around here for catfishing. I know a lot of people love to catfish, you know, to eat or just with their friends or to show off a big old flathead or whatever it may be. So we decided to have some fun, and we were able to get a lot of great sponsors. And before we get started, I do want to thank everyone, all the sponsors individually. This may drag out a little bit, but we have people just jump on saying, hey, I want to help out. How can I do this? Is it financial? Can I donate this? Can I donate this? Host it here, whatever it may be. Everything is appreciated. We got people that are going to record the actual tournament. They're going to have, you know, borrowing a scale, having a place to host it, people donating rods, reels, supplies, cash, whatever it may be. So really quick, we're going to go through the list and name off all of them. Hopefully I get all of them. We've got Native Energy Solutions, Mad Messy Cheeseburger, What It Do Podcast, Donata Boutique, Gutierrez Auto, Affirm Foundation, which he just messaged me. He's going to add even more to the donation. He's going to have some reels that we'll talk about here, some rods here that we'll talk about. I'm sorry, I don't know how to, this is Spanish, but Los Güeros, I don't know the rest of it. Los Güeros. I don't know all the, I didn't write all the big name down, but Jenny Perez, Carla, thank y'all. I'm sorry if I'm killing it like that, but Joe Yanez, he did 2 donations, one from his car dealership side and one from insurance. Daniel Avila, the car plug, Little Blue Fox Photography, River Slab, Custom Baits, which that's Casey, our friend. He's supposed to be here. Hopefully he gets to show up. And then we've got some Crazy Cat Whisker Weights. Or is that right?
That's right.
That's right.
Whisker weights, yeah.
Who's that?
That's me.
That's you. All right. All
That's
right.
me. You know, San Angelo doesn't have any stores that really cater to the serious catfishermen, so I decided to go ahead and bring a little bit of gear to town and show everybody how to use it and see if maybe anybody's interested in actually being able to use it. And I know it's very helpful. And but like I said, we've been in the dark here in San Angelo with the actual up-to-date gear, and so I'm trying to bring it to town and show everybody how to use it. It works for me. I mean, I'm not saying anybody else's way doesn't work. It does. Catfish bite on just about anything. But I have some ways that work for me, and if I can show you and help you, man, I sure would be glad to.
And we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I didn't even know what these kind of weights were, drifting. I didn't even know all the catfishing methods and techniques, but I used these last Sunday with them, and I fell in love. All my rods are set up with them. Give them a plug there because, like you said, we don't have them here. You have to order them. Hopefully they're the right size. Hopefully they work good, but his stuff is great. We'll talk about that more shortly. Also, Sunset Junior, the burger place, they've got a trailer as well and their actual location. Some other people that are sponsoring Boss Hog Outdoors, they're going to be sponsoring some reels and also said they'll be donating some stuff for the tournament. Stiggy Reese and his son Ziggy,
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
they're going to be doing the scale, videography. I used to live across the street from them, and they just jumped. Even though they're bass fishermen, normally they don't like catfishermen. They jumped in right away, say, "Hey, we're glad to help you any way we can." So,
Great people.
also, Garrett Dobbs out of Midland, he does insurance as well. His wife and him helped get all this started with a flyer, and then I kind of just jumped on and kind of kept going with it. So thank them as well. We do have some people that are supposed to sponsor Junior Angler Side Pot. So that is the Heart of Texas Spray Foam and Insulation, and the Heart of Texas Granite and Marble out of Brownwood, and also M&M Fishing. So now that we have the sponsors taken care of, we're going to go ahead and talk about the rules, a little bit more about the tournament, and go in depth. If you do have any questions, go ahead and please comment in here, and we'll try to, I'm actually watching it to try to see the questions that, if any, pop up. If we share this and then you have a question that we didn't cover, go ahead and send it as well. We'll try to comment back as soon as we can. Sorry for spamming y'all's page on the catfishing group. I usually post every day, 3 or 4 times a day. Hey, look, we've got so many members, or check this out. Get this sponsor.
It's bad.
He shares it. He's great at it. All we're trying to do, we're not trying to be annoying or anything like that, but we're excited.
Yeah.
We're trying to spread the news, get more people involved, and the more people to join to compete, the more money there is to win. So
That's right. That's right.
I don't even know. I haven't even landed a fish in my boat yet, so I probably won't see none of that. But I'm still gonna compete, have fun, take my son out there, and have some fun. So
That's what it's about.
yeah. And this guy, I got a fish with him last week. I learned more in that 2 hours in that wind than I did on YouTube. So
On YouTube.
I don't know what to say about that. I just don't know what to say.
have enough batteries.
You may have learned the wrong stuff.
Right. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and cover this. The first catfishing tournament is gonna be Lake Nazareth, April 20th, 2024. Alright, we're gonna have a captain's meeting / weigh-in. This is our first tournament, so there's been several rule changes as we went along, as we got more detail, location, these certain rules, whatever it may be. These are the official rules, and we're gonna stick to them. So this is the go-say. I know I've been uploading rules as they've been coming in, but this is what it is. This is what we're gonna do. If there's anything that needs to be brought up, we'll try to have it fixed by the next tournament, okay? So it's gonna be weigh-in at 6, or I'm sorry, not weigh-in, but check-in at 6 to 6:30 at Spring Creek Marina and RV. We're gonna have the tent set, or the canopy set up, our banner set up. We'll probably have some lanterns and some kind of light just because it's gonna be dark still. That's at 2680 Camper Road here in San Angelo. The heaviest 3-fish bag of catfish is gonna win. Now, they have to be alive. They have to be released. So that's
Released
the whole,
alive.
Released alive, yeah. That's the whole point. So
That's
We're going to talk a little bit more in depth on every point, but this is pretty much what's going on. First place is going to get 60% payout. Second place will get 25%. Third place will be 15%. With that being said, we already have 22 teams already pre-registered. That's just pre-registered. That's not, a definite. More than likely, we're going to have closer to 30 because there's going to be people that I've had a gentleman call today. He didn't know how to submit the form. I had to fill it out for him. So we're going to have people show up the day of saying, hey, I want to fish too. So just the way it is with 22 teams, payout will be first place will be around $1,200, second place $500, third place $300. Now the big fish is a $25 side pot. So if 10 teams want to do the side pot, you got 200
Now is it per team or is it per individual?
per team.
Per team.
We're gonna do
Okay,
per team.
so only a team can enter into the big fish.
Right,
Okay,
right.
I'm with you.
Now we will have a junior angler side pot for big fish. That is going to be sponsored. Where we have between $300 to $500 that's supposed to come in. For that, we're not sure depending on how many junior anglers we're going to have. Depending on if we say one person's going to win it all or the top three or whatever it may be. We want the kids to be able to join in, have some fun. Try to challenge each other, and
That's right.
the more that can win some money to say, hey, I want to learn how to better myself. I'm making memories with their dad or grandpa fishing on the boat. I mean,
We
the
want to
more
get
the
these
merrier.
kids
Yeah,
involved.
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I grew up, fishing was my first love. Then I kind of fell off of it, and now I'm back. And
That was me.
that's probably me
I'm a
shaking the
little
table.
heavy-handed.
There goes the other.
Yeah, no, I'm a little heavy-handed still, and butterfingered, but these are actually the trophies we got.
Yeah, those are the actual awards. We will talk about those shortly. I'm going to try to knock out these rules really quick, just so we could start getting into the Q&A, getting into Jason's side business, hustle / techniques / setup / whatever we want to talk about. We're going to go ahead and knock this out really quick. Entry fees, it's $100 per team. Okay, so that means up to 2 adult anglers. You could have as many junior anglers as you could fit legally on your boat. So if it's a grandpa want to take 3 kids, that's fine. It's the same fee unless the kids want to join the side pot for the junior angler big fish.
But we still have the same amount of rods allowed.
Right. It's only 8 rods per team, and we will talk about that as well. So it's $100 per team, $25 big fish side pot, $10 annual member fee. So this is anybody that's an adult angler. So we're having 8 tournaments. So if you want to fish, you're going to pay your $100. You're going to pay your $10 member fee, just a one-time fee.
That's right.
Now next month when you fish again, you won't have to pay that fee because it's an annual fee. So some confusion there. It does have to be in cash because the morning of, if people say, can I Venmo, can I Zelle, can I Cash App? With me doing all that, not to mention the fees coming out, how am I going to get stuff from Venmo, Zelle? All right, you won first place. How am I going to send you money now? I want cash money to give you. You're happy. You got all your
Correct change.
stuff. Correct change. Yeah, I don't have the capability. Especially, I'm trying to fish too. We're trying to get people checked in and get them on the water. When everything's organized, then I get to jump on the water. So, correct change in cash if possible. Do you want to read number 2?
No, go ahead. Go right
You want me to do it?
Okay.
Okay. Each team is able to have up to 2 adults. You could be by yourself if you want to, but you still pay the same amount. Okay. Any number of junior anglers could fish as long as the weight limit is allowed on your boat. Entries will be paid in cash, as I was saying. All junior anglers, you can fish free, but you have to be with a paid adult. If you want to fish the big fish side pot for the junior anglers, they do have to pay a $10 registration for that. Now, that registration will also go back into their big fish side pot for the junior anglers.
So basically what you're saying is they have to be part of a team.
They have to be part of a team. So you can't just get, because if we might get 200 kids show up and then they're just by themselves.
Sure.
We need someone to be able to monitor. We want them to be able to be taught right, make sure fish are legal, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
Now, with that, we will have a jar there. If there's a random team or person say, hey, I want to throw $20 into the big fish for the junior anglers, we're going to just add whatever we can to it. So if you have extra cash, if you want to support the junior anglers, hey, either way, root them on, say, hey, hope y'all do good. As they bring in a fish, they might bring in a 3-pound fish. I mean, that fish may be their only fish they've ever caught, or the biggest fish they caught, or whatever it may be. We're going to cheer on these kids and make them feel good. So we want them to have a good time. Memberships can be purchased for $10 anytime before the tournament or at the registration. So again, in cash if possible. I know it looks like I'm not organized, but I have a membership list. I have expense list. I have all kinds of different lists that we're having in order. So once you pay, we will keep track of who's a member, who's not a member, who needs to pay, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot to share this. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I did or not.
I'm very
Really quick, I want to make sure that
You can share
our
that.
this is being shared on the Concho Catfishing group. Here we go here, because I want everybody, because we have almost 900 members. We have 2 members away from 900 members in this group,
That's right.
and that was
It's
just
unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
I love it. I mean, it was something I just was like, hey, we should do something, and all of a sudden, everybody's been supportive. People say, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you do this? Just been running with it, and it has been.
And we appreciate your help. What you're doing here, Jeremy, is just amazing. We appreciate you. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but
We genuinely appreciate you, and I think I speak for most everybody in that group. We appreciate what you're doing.
see, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. Like I bought a boat. I started jumping into all this. I'm a trout liner by trade, or eventually. Now I'm actually trying to sell my stuff if you want to buy it. But I have not landed a dang fish on my boat after fishing 3 or 4 times with it. So I am no pro, but I'm learning from the pros.
I don't know about that.
Hopefully,
I'm not
hopefully,
no pro.
be good.
I am not a pro. I'm just a regular old guy. Every once in a while, I get lucky.
So as we continue, sorry, that was a little tangent right there. If you know math, you know what tangent is. This is gonna be rod and reel only. Okay, so no trout lines, no jug lines, no limb lines, none of that stuff. Okay, this is all about technique. 7 different methods to fish with rod and reel. You're only allowed 8 rods per boat. That's per team. So if there's 2 members and 3 kids on a team, 8 total. So all this will be checked, but at check-in. I'm sorry. We're gonna have live well check-in. Make sure they're empty. We're gonna have rod checks and make sure you only have 8. Now, don't be one of those that run off and go grab 4 more rods. There's gonna be a bunch of us. We're gonna see you, and we're having a polygraph test, so you will be checked.
That's right.
So next thing is, if you're fishing in a boat, you can't fish with another team 30 yards away from each other, talking and say, hey, I see some over there. Oh, y'all's that way. We'll cover this way. You're not gonna do that. Okay, this is a team competition. Okay. If you're fishing on land, you need to stay within 50 feet of your partner. So I know some people may get upset, but here's the thing. Why can't someone on land go 100 yards down and cover that area? This one's 100 yards away covering this area. If we're on the same boat, we're 8 foot, 10 foot away from each other. So
That's right.
if you're on land, 50 feet from your partners, rods have to be in your general area. If you're on a boat, it has to be within 50 yards of a different teammate, a different team boat, and still on the same boat as your teammate. The bag for weighing in is going to be the biggest 3 fish, catfish. It doesn't matter if it's 3 flatheads, 3 blues, 3 channels, 1 channel, 2, whatever the variety pack you may want. Yeah, the combination, there we go. But they have to be legal fish. So if it's a flathead, 18 inches and above, so on and so forth. It is by weight, okay, live and ready to release. I know people like to catch this to eat, to whatever they want to do with the catfish, but anything that is caught will be released. We don't want to look bad. We don't want people to say that we're taking resources away. We want them to grow and continue on this sport for our children, grandchildren, whatever it may be. If you want to eat some, catch 5, eat the smaller 2, whatever it may be, okay? Or go fishing the next day or next week.
The 3 turn-in fish have to be released. Outside and swim away healthy, or else they are disqualified.
And we will have people at weigh-in with the basket. Once they're weighed, all right, you release them. They're going to actually walk into the water and whoop, There you go.
folks, take care of your fish. I mean, we're allowing, burlap sacks to be used to
Yes, if you're
to
going to
keep
do
your
them
fish
right.
in, keep them alive, keep them healthy. Keep an aerator in a cooler or something. Those fish have to be healthy. We want to keep them. We don't want them to be uncomfortable. We want to do the right thing.
Right. Remember, no stringers. At first, that was okay. Now it's a no-go after all. So these are the official rules. Easy way to do it. I have a toolbox that I'm making into a live well. You can make ice chests, aerator, like I said, cycle out the water. Keep these fish good to where they can fight another day for the next month we come out here, whenever it is. If a fish is dead, it's a disqualification for that fish. They're not, so you brought 3 and one's dead, you're only going to be able to weigh in the 2 that are alive. So every team is going to have a live well that it will be checked in the morning. All anglers are subject to polygraph. So this is the main thing here is it's going to get big, and we're hoping for this to get really big, and that's a lot of prize money. We're already having over $2,000 of prize money as is, not to mention giveaways, okay? Off limits period for the body of water. So before there was no pre-fishing the day before of, after looking at several catfishing tournaments and stuff like that, there's going to be people that travel from other cities, other towns, 2-hour travel, whatever it may be. We're going to let them fish the day before. So you can pre-fish until 10:30 that night, or 10 o'clock that night. So the night before. That doesn't mean go set a trot line or hide a catfish somewhere where you can grab it in the morning, because you will be polygraphed if you.
And you want to get out there and catch some bait. Everybody wants to catch some bait.
And it is in here. Bait, catching bait is legal at any time.
Okay.
Anytime. So throwing a net, whatever it may be, catfish, catching bait fish is legal anytime.
Sure.
You will not be able to be on the water until 5:30 in the morning. So here's the thing. I'm going to be there early. I have to be there to set up. I'm going to have my boat on a trailer. I'm not going to be able to get in the water for a while. Now, the tournament starts at 7, meaning if you want to go ahead and get on the water at 6:45 after we checked in, you get on. You cannot put a line in the water until 7. So
That's right.
it's fine if you put your boat in, no lines in the water, especially where we're going to be at. I think most people are going to go to different areas. You can trailer, so that's what that means. You can trailer. There's so many boat ramps there at Lake Nesworthy. If you want to go to one section, get away from everybody else, that is totally fine. Do not start until 7 in the morning and be done at 3.
Lines out at 3.
Lines out at 3. Unless you have a fish hooked and it's coming and you're reeling that in 2 minutes, 3, whatever it may be.
Might want to video that. Yeah.
What's that?
If you might want to video that.
Yeah, I would just be like, hey, he's got a fish on his line. It's 3:02 and we're still, because if he sees me over here, like, hey,
He's still fishing.
he's still fishing. It's after.
Yeah.
Okay. Boat inspections will be done in the morning. As I said, if you refuse to do that, you will just be saying, hey, you're kicked out. We'll give you your money back. You leave. That's in the morning before you even start fishing. Teams may not have any lines in the water until the start time, and fish till the end time. Okay, you need to be back at 3:30. Okay, we will be giving little fishing tokens with numbers at check-in, meaning, hey, you're team number 50. You need to be at weigh-in. If you're 30 minutes away and you're coming to check in, you have to have your token turned in by 3:30.
Not 3:31.
Yeah, if it's 3:31, sorry, only the tokens that were turned in are the ones going to get weighed in, okay?
That's correct.
So as you come in, I'm going to have my list. Team green fish holder is number 24, okay? They're the first ones in, okay? At weigh-in, we're going to go in the direct order that you came in. So first team is going to go first. Second team that came is going to check in second. That is because we want everybody in order. We want to know. I'm actually going to make something probably to hang all these so you can see when your number's coming up next, so you can get your fish ready out of the live well. But we don't want fish just sitting there if they got there early and then wait to the end for them to get, weighed and released, because the faster they're in, the faster they're out. So that's what we're trying to do with that. So check-in, we will have several things that we're going to talk about here shortly, but our little tokens. So keep up with that as well, because if you want to win, you have to keep up with your tokens. Let's see here. We're almost done with the rules already. All teams must turn in their weigh-in ticket to be weighed in, and your fish will not be weighed prior to turning in your tokens. So if you don't have anything, your fish are not getting weighed in. In case of a tie, the team with the biggest fish will win. If the big fish is a tie, the teams will split the winnings, which by the ounce, I'm sure there's not going to be a tie. That'd have to be some kind of miracle. Trailering is allowed, as I said before. You're able to go from Beatty Road to Spring Creek to what other boat ramps there are. You're able to trailer from one place to another. You try one area, there's too many people jet skiing or whatever they're doing over here.
Yeah, be respectful.
Yeah. Oh, that one main thing, big thing is, once you pay, you're officially a member of the Concho Valley Catfishing Club, and you represent us. Okay. I don't care if people are crossing your lines or making too many wakes. You will be respectful. You represent us. Last thing we want is people saying, "God, they're having another dang catfish tournament. Those people are punks. They cuss us out. They do." You will not. If we hear stuff like that, that's fine. I will pull your membership. I don't care. I'll give you your money back for your $10 membership, whatever it may be, and you're not associated. Okay.
And it's going to be a busy day on the lake. It really will be. So we're hoping that they show us the same respect that we need to show them, and that's the way we need to go.
And I tell you what. So I'm still new at putting a boat in the water, stuff like that. Last week we went to Twin Buttes, and Angelo State was having a bass tournament, and I heard, bass fishermen are like this or that. Well, I went. That ASU guy, whoever that guy was at that main boat ramp at Twin Buttes, very kind. He was nice. Oh yeah, you're no problem. You're not in the way. This, that. Talking to my son about bass fishing. Great representation of the ASU Bass Fishing Club, and that spoke a lot to me. And I want people to be like that with us.
Yeah.
With that being said, last bait is no baiting hose, no chumming, no trot lines, drop lines, rod and reel only. We kind of said that as the first thing.
Subject to polygraph.
Yeah, polygraph. I mean, yeah,
Even if you're not the one chumming it, you know it's chum.
right. Anything that will actually benefit you to have a better advantage like that.
That's right.
Okay. Breaking any of the law or any law or local regulations will result in disqualification. So don't break laws. I'm sure the game wardens know. I've actually reached out to a couple of them.
I'm sure they'll be there taking note of what's going on.
Right, which is fine. That's your
to be
job.
expected.
Yeah, that's your job. We're gonna release as many big fish as possible. Talking about the junior angler big fish size pop. This is gonna be a little bit of detail that we just added. We have a couple sponsors. We don't know if we're gonna just award first, second, third, or just first, or whatever it may be, depending on how many anglers we have. They must be registered with a $10 side pot in the morning. They have to be the one to reel in the fish with no help from the parents. Now, the parents could net the fish, whatever it may be, to help that way, but we need it on video of the kids reeling that fish in. The fish, if it's actually a big fish for the team, it can count towards the team's big fish. It could be, say a kid is reeling in a 40-pounder, and that's the big fish for the children's big fish or the junior angler big fish and the tournament big fish. You could double dip there, okay? Now, what you can do, I didn't really talk to you about it. Say I want to win our main tournament. So we're going to say me and you caught our 3 big fish.
Sure.
Now I want my son to have a little bit of fun. We got a small bite. I know it's a little 5-pound cat, whatever it may be. Let's let him reel in that one. You bring in 4 fish, okay? You could bring in 4 fish, but your 3 are for the teams. His will just be only for the children's, right? Now, with that being said, that children's fish, you're going to get a zip tie that is labeled with a number and a certain color at check-in. If you say, hey, this kid wants to fish the big fish side pot, here's 3 tags, whatever it may be. While recording the video, you're going to isolate that fish after he reels it in, and you're going to zip tie that tag on that fish's tail. Now, this ain't going to hurt the fish. This is just temporary for us to keep it labeled and marked. That way nobody could slip it off and put it on another fish if they catch a different one or anything like that. But they will be cut off before released. Nothing's going to cut into the skin, any of that. So
Now, what if the child caught 2 fish, but he'd already put the zip tie on?
So we're going to give them 3 or 4.
Okay, that
yeah,
makes
3 or 4. So
Okay.
as long as it's on video, 3 or 4, you pretty much know. I hope we have luck like that. I hope you catch 3
I
or
hope
4.
so.
And
I hope
be
so
like,
too.
I caught a 2-pounder, then I caught a 4, then I caught a 6.
Yeah, I just
whatever
wanted
it
to
is. So-
clarify that.
And if you need more, we could say, hey, we have someone at Spring Creek. They could hand out more if you need to check more out or something like that. But that has to be on camera. We'll talk more about that the morning of to those special junior anglers and their parents or whoever's on that team with them. Yeah, the junior anglers are only competing against the junior anglers in that division. And they could be on the big side pot. And as of right now, we're having $300 to $500 already donated to that junior angler side pot. It's just a confirmation. Once that's put in stone, we'll put it out there. And like I said, they pay $10 to it. So if we get 10 anglers, that's another $100. And if anybody wants to donate that, we will do that.
And that is anglers 16 and under.
Yes, 16. Once you're 17, you have to buy a license, and you're now considered an adult. Okay.
That's right.
So the entire point for that is to get these kids involved, let them have fun. I know that's long-winded, but I have one short thing left to talk about. Giveaways. We're going to have a lot of awesome giveaways with these sponsors. They've donated financially, they've donated prizes, time, all kinds of stuff to help us out. So we've got some fish bite rod holders. We had a sponsor say they just ordered 2 nice rods. We have another sponsor donating some reels. We have giveaways that we have with the prize money that we're buying. We're putting tackle together. We have a sponsor that donated 50 t-shirts with all of our logo and all the sponsors on the back. Those are kind of spoken for already from the pre-registered teams, but we may have extra, and we may actually order, put an order list out there, but you will have to pay for those coming from Bode, Buffalo, and actually Atlanta, Georgia area. Those shirts will get in this week right beforehand. So we will have little logos as well. Those will be given out that morning of, probably gone, but I'm going to order more. The main awards is our first, second, and third prize award. These are awesome. They're made from my buddy Marcus Hunt with the Reformation Woodshop. And he did great. It's got, you know, our logo on it. It's got the silhouette of Lake Nasworthy, date, first place, second place, third place. And these were sponsored by Native Energy Solutions. As our sponsors, you know, they have different tiers of sponsorships. Each month is going to have a different sponsor on the awards themselves as a thank you to them. So with that being said, plenty of awards. You must be a member to be able to be entered into the raffle. So if you're fishing the tournament, you are a member, and we're going to raffle these off to them. Are we going to have where people can come and pay the $10 to be a member, or is it just?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think they should be able to.
Okay.
Pay the membership and then, you know, get into the raffle. And
Yeah, you have to be present though. You have to be present.
you have to be present. Yeah,
So-
I think that's fair.
So that'd be good. So we have almost 900 members on our Catfish Club on Facebook. If you want to show up, come pay the $10 membership fee. I'll write you down. And members, we're going to get a raffle ticket, and we will raffle up. Say, hey, we got some rod holders. If your number's this number, you win them. Cool. We're going to give away these weights. If you win them, you win them. Cool. Stuff like that. So if you want to be there, come support and enjoy the time with this tournament that we're having. Come on out, pay your money to be a member, and get that. Now, one thing I did forget, Lake Nasworthy with the city, it has a $5 entry fee for a day pass. So that's with Spring Creek, Red Bluff. Don't forget about that. Check in at the gate. I know we're going to be early. I got to talk to the recreation and see what we could do, since we're getting there at 6 to 6:30. They don't get there till about 7 or 7:30. You actually have to get a pass to hang in your mirror. So with that being said, that's pretty much everything here. I don't know if we have any questions so far. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Anglers who aren't following the law that get in trouble through game wardens. Let's say I'm out there fishing, I'm on the boat, and the game warden kicks me off the water. What happens to my place in the tournament?
I have that right here. Breaking of any law or local regulation will result in a disqualification. So, members, as you check in, these copies will be there. I'm going to text them to you before the actual tournament, so you can overlook them. But if you're done, you're done. I mean, that's cheating. If you're breaking the rules, you're cheating one shape or form, okay? Here on Facebook, see if we had anything so far.
Any questions on TikTok there?
Yeah, TikTok. Real quick, we don't have a TikTok. I do, but it's for beekeeping. This man here, if y'all want to give him a follow, what is your TikTok?
I'd be appreciated. Yeah, it's Catfishing with JB is my tag on there. Yeah.
You know, I barely met this man, what, a month ago? 3 weeks ago? So I didn't know this guy, but I followed him on YouTube before I even knew of you. So it was crazy because I was like catfishing Twin Buttes or catfishing Lake Nasworthy, and I saw your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And that's when I subscribed to you and started following you.
I've come a long way since the beginning of making those videos. I really have. I like to think so anyway.
So I'm going to check really quick to see if there's any questions. If not, we're going to go ahead and go into some techniques or anything you want to talk about. Let me see here.
I've talked to several people about showing them some of my techniques and some of the things that seem to work for me. I know there's a lot of ways to catch fish and catch catfish, and I'm not trying to take away from any of these ideas. I've found some ways that seem to work for me, and I know that San Angelo's been really kept in the dark. Academy does not cater to the catfishermen. None of the other athletic stores or outdoor stores, they just don't cater to the catfishermen. Not with anything that's actually updated to what's really out there. You know, it's the new technologies. And so I'm trying to bring that to the town and maybe help some folks out. There was a need, and so I'm trying to fill it. And maybe if I can help you guys out, I'd sure like to. I'd sure like to be able to help everybody out if I can.
See, and the crazy thing is, I thought I was a catfisherman because I trot lined and ran limb lines and caught big catfish. Well, that's pretty easy. It's fun to do with the kids, but I didn't know there were so many different methods to go fish for catfish. I didn't know what planer boards were.
Sure.
I didn't know what drifting was. Sure. Using windsocks, whatever it may be. I didn't know any of this stuff until I started digging into it. You start saying, hey, look up this, try this method. And that's the cool thing about catfishing is if you're targeting flatheads, it's totally different than winter blues or summertime. I mean, different methods for different times of the year. Fish the shallow, fish the deep, fish live bait, cut bait, whatever it may be. So, I mean, that's just the coolness about learning this and mastering this trade, I guess.
I don't know that any of us ever mastered it truly, but I tell you what, with some of the help of some of the local guides and area guides, I'm telling you what, they've really been beneficial and really helping me to be able to catch fish. And I'd sure like to pass those along if I'm able. What I've learned anyway. I'm not.
See, and to me, that's awesome because I literally don't know anything when it comes to catfishing rod and reel. But he's been an open book. I was like, hey, pick his brain. What do you think about this? How do I do this? He's been more than willing to help. Heck, we fished, 20 yards away from you last weekend? Me and my son trying to get on our fish, and he says, hey, try this, go aim here, do this. I mean, it was just awesome. Normally people keep their secrets, their own little secrets, but he's willing to help, willing to make equipment and actually sell it. So what do you have there?
So I've actually got some drifting weights that I make here. Got several different kinds. I've got ones with sinker sliders on them here. I've got some with just regular swivels, or we have snap swivels to hook them to your line, however you want to. These really, really, really help with being able to fish in the sticks, fish in areas that you're just not able to otherwise, that you can get stuck. I've lost so much gear over the years. And another thing that really, really helps me is I use the Santee Cooper rig. So you've got a swivel in your leader, and you're floating your hook up off the ground. You've got your weight down here and you got your float that's hooked, and then you're basically presenting the bait to the fish, as well as keeping it out of the sticks as you decide to pull it in. They get caught up in the V's and stuff like that in the trees and in the sticks, and man, it's very, very helpful. And another thing that I've learned is to keep your hooks sharp. I'm telling you, your hooks need to be syringe sharp every time you put that thing in the water, or else you're going to get a bite and you're not going to get a hookup. That's a very, very important part of it. Another thing that really helps, we also sell these individual Santee Cooper rigs. They're $6 for $25 And these weights that we have here, that I hand make them all myself, and they're $25 for 5 of them. And you'd be surprised how long they last. My biggest problem is I don't change my leaders soon enough, and they get frayed because I don't lose gears as much as the normal guy. It's just really that way. We also have bells that we're keeping on hand for the guys, because I tell you what, it's hard to find them here in town. The only people that carry them are only carrying several, and it's really not enough to cater to the whole town. And I know we've got quite a few people catfishing here in this town, and so I'd really like to be able to help everybody out. If they need to, contact me, and we can get you taken care of.
Couple questions with that. So I didn't know this. So with those bells, is that for nighttime fishing only?
You know, not necessarily. See, I use a black light on my stuff, so these are UV reflected. They do glow in the dark, but they also have these lights on them that we can pay for. Those are actually 2 for $5. Is that right? And the ones with lights. I have not actually used them yet, but I know that they are beneficial, and I just knew that there was a need in this town to be able to have them. Another thing I want to show you guys is a lot of people ask me. They ask me about the way that I have my setup, my rod. This is an actual rod. I just pulled it out of the boat. I pulled it out of the sleeve, and the way that I have this is pretty.
That's his.
Let's see here.
Huh? That's his.
Oh, we have 8 of them.
I don't know if you guys can see me there.
This ain't your Walmart rig from like what I got.
It's not your everyday rig, but I tell you what though, here's the thing is I've lost so many large fish due to not having the right gear that I decided to go over gear. I use 65-pound braid on my line, and I use an 80-pound leader line.
Why's that, dude? Didn't you use 50?
I used to use 50, but I tell you what though, I don't lose my gear so often, and I fish on bank, and I also fish when I drift fish, you know, on planer boards and stuff like that. I also use these all at the same time. Not everybody does that. A lot of people like them to be really tight, and yeah, these do get a little bit loose. But I tell you what though, the retrieval rate on these weights, when you use the two together, the Santee Cooper and these drift weights together, you'll save so much money on gear.
Yeah,
so much
I
money.
had what are those weights again? Those
coin sinkers.
Yeah, coin sinkers. I had one. I had 2 of them last week when fishing with him. I said, is that getting a bite, or is it? Come to find out, when the wind was blowing, it was just dropping and getting tangled, and switched over. That I only had 2 rigs running those, and I switched them all to running these. So
Yeah, they're helpful.
Oh yeah.
They're
So I'm gonna follow up on the question. So you do use some of the bells on the daytime?
I do. I'm still new enough that I like to know. I want to know what every bite is.
Right.
I want to know every nibble. I want to know every bite. And honestly,
If he has
My
a rod
attention.
in the water, there's a bell on that rod.
my attention span is just not great enough to be able to pay attention.
So
to
you
all
want
that.
to chill, be on your phone,
I want to
take
be
a
able
drink.
to. I want to know what's going on all the
wow.
time. So I use them.
Yeah. So I kind of made fun of them last week, but it was windy and our boats weren't moving that much. They were anchored pretty good, but the lines were moving. And he had bells on all his. I didn't. Well, with the wind, slight sway, I couldn't really tell if I was getting bites or if that was just the wind kind of just messing with them. But when I reeled up, I had several missing baits, so I did feel a couple jerks and stuff. But I'm probably gonna switch over to that, try it out, and see how that goes as well. So,
Yeah.
I will say too, on these weights, how much do they weigh?
They actually weigh, you know, I thought that they weighed 4 ounces, but I actually weighed them today at UPS, and they actually weigh 3 ounces apiece.
3 ounces, okay.
3 ounces.
Which is a lot more than what people use.
People would normally think that 3 ounces would be a lot, but honestly, when you throw it out there and you're starting to reel it in, it does not feel like 3 ounces.
Right.
You know,
Especially how it glides.
It just glides through. It glides through. It wants the front end wants to lift up. It's got a little bit of buoyancy in the front, and I'm telling you, it really helps.
Right.
You'll save a lot of money in gear, but just keep good leaders, because I'm telling you, they get frayed, and then you'll lose a big fish to the frayed leader.
Has anybody done that recently?
Yeah, recently. Yeah, we lost a big. It was heartbreaking. and I tell you what, though, immediately I changed all my leaders that moment.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Well, what we've got, or I want to say what Jason has going on here is Crazy Cats whisker weights.
That's right.
Slash some tackle.
Well, we really don't know where this is going to go. I mean, this is kind of new. I'm just trying to bring it to town so that people can use it, because we're not catered to here. It's just not happening. So I'm trying to bring it to town to help everybody out. I saw a need, and I'm trying to fulfill it. So if I can help you out, give me a call.
Yeah, I mean, even for techniques or different rig setups
Yeah.
on different ways you fish, right?
Yeah.
People are asking to join.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go ahead and.
To join or like to
No,
They would
join
jump
in.
on the video. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, continue to support our local friends
Like,
with
what
our
was I gonna
sponsors.
ask?
Our sponsors are all local. We've got several tackle places. Spring Creek has random fish tackle there, baits. You've got gear specifically for catfishing. Casey,
And I tell you what, I don't want to infringe on the Spring Creek Marinas. So I will not be competing with Spring Creek. If you want to get this gear, it's going to have to be before the tournament. I'm not going to be able. If you want some gear on that day and you're in Spring Creek Marina, you're going to have to get it from them guys,
Right.
Because it's their.
right.
It's
And
their
I will say this.
I want them to be.
Phone call while on live.
it might have.
Did it cancel it? Okay.
It still
all right,
shows
cool.
you
It's
live.
still- yeah. I might have paused it.
With that, I went yesterday to Walmart and Academy to buy some catfishing equipment because I needed another rod. There was other fishermen there looking at catfisher poles. The selection has gone down. Hit up Spring Creek. If you want some of these weights beforehand to try them out, hit up Jason up.
Yeah.
He's on Facebook. He's
We
in
have,
the group.
we have weights, we have floats, we have sinker sliders, we have bells,
He's got the bells and whistles.
we have hooks. We tried to be supply. We tried to make sure that we have everything for everybody if anybody did anything. So
And not just that, any of our other sponsors. Today I posted, we have 3 food trucks / restaurant as sponsors. It's the weekend. We don't like to cook on the weekend. These sponsors they donated money like nothing. I said, hey, anybody want to sponsor us? How much? I was happy with $5 to $20. People donating $150 here, $200 here, 100, whatever it may be. Or I'm donating rods, I'm donating reels, whatever supplies you need.
thank you guys.
People just came in to support, and we appreciate that. So please go back to our sponsors. Say thank you. Support them. We have a bunch on here: car salesmen, insurance agents, photography, videography, food trucks, foundation repair with Affirm Foundation Repair, Gutierrez Auto Collision, Donata Artisan Boutique. I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff here. So thank you to everybody. A lot of them are going to be at some of the events. Support them any way you can, as they have supported us. And
That's right.
we literally went from nothing, just an idea, throwing it out there, to shoot. Now we're having an actual club being made and,
Yeah.
and going from there. So I think that's freaking awesome.
And a podcast.
And yeah, this is pretty much. I would do this every week. I just don't know what to say. If we did make a podcast, it'd be more of like me asking the questions. Hey, Jason, how do we fish for this?
I wouldn't be the one to ask.
I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. So
I don't either. So.
if you want to do something like that, just kind of a little fun thing every once in a while, we could have people fishing Brownwood. There's catfish tournaments in Abilene. We could have people say, hey, how are your lakes different than over here, or we could do whatever we
Not
want.
to bad talk our lakes, but I really love to fish Brownwood and Phantom. Those
So-
are two of my favorite lakes.
Originally, I've been wanting to stay local to San Angelo, just Twin Buttes, Nasworthy, Catfish, OC Fisher, and a tournament. And then go to Concho River. Now, Concho River will be rod and reel only, 1-person teams. But with that being said, Brownwood's only an hour away,
It's
hour
only
15.
hour and a half.
Same thing with Abilene. Abilene has some big old fish out there.
Bro, they both are full of big fish.
I haven't fished Brownwood since I was a
They
kid.
are both full of big
We
fish.
may, another thing really quick is, once you're a member, you're going to have the right to vote. So we're not an official club yet. We want to get to that point. But pretty much we want to give the people what they want. So
Yeah.
if you're a member and we say, hey, next month y'all want to fish Twin Buttes, y'all want to fish biggest Flathead, y'all want to fish Brownwood next month or in 2 months? If you're a member, you get to vote. Hey, I may not want to go to Brownwood, but if the people say, we're not going to be like real politicians and get what they want.
Most
We're
likely,
actually-
I would get the Dink Award is what I would get.
I mean, I'll be happy if I catch anything. But we will give the people what they want and say, hey, y'all want to fish Brownwood? All right, let's go. 2 months from now, plan it out. Get those people involved.
Yeah.
Or I talked to one of the Brownwood people and said, hey, what about Brownwood versus San Angelo or something like that? Kind of have something like that going on. It'd be their home waters, and hey, next month afterwards they come to our waters. It'll be something fun. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
That's right.
This is literally for us to have fun and challenge each other and make memories and compete. I mean, because you're training me now, but next year I'm going to come after you. I'm just kidding. But
You got my head full up, but I'm telling you, you don't even know.
oh, Casey tells me all the time.
Little I
Casey
know.
tells me all the time how much. He's like, oh, you love him too much. But anyways, thanks everybody for jumping on here. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I don't. I appreciate y'all's time and attention and support.
Oh, definitely.
Hopefully I can help if I can.
Visit our page. We're about to be at 1,000 group members on the Concho Valley Catfishing group on Facebook. Once we hit 1,000, we're gonna have a giveaway. So there will be some what do you call it? Requirements to be eligible for that giveaway. You're gonna have to like our Catfishing Club page and be a group member. So we're about to hit 900 if we haven't. Today we will hit 900 group members in a month, whatever that's been. So
That's right. If we can get them all to be club members.
yeah, exactly. So like I said, we can continue to grow, share messages, share, in the group itself, share your catches, share your methods, share the page, whatever it may be. Continue. I'm not very religious, but pray for us. Let this all be good, and just let everybody be safe and have fun and
That's
a
right.
great fishing year. So with that being said,
And good luck, everybody. I hope everybody smokes them. I really do.
I'll be happy to catch my one. So
Yeah.
with that being said, thank you, Jason, for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So, all righty. Thank y'all for the girls behind the scenes helping us out, and
You're welcome.
we're gonna go from there. We'll see y'all next week, next Saturday, April 20th, Spring Creek Marina, Lake Nazareth.
It's on.
If anything, show up to weigh in and see all these fish.
What time is that captain's meeting again?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6
Okay.
o'clock. Lewis, I saw Lewis yesterday at Walmart, so he jumped on. So we're gonna go. I'm sorry, I'm over here. Hey, they're flexible. They didn't
like
get
a
I
But thanks again. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.
Are you ending it?
Yeah, go ahead. Bro, awesome. Sorry if I talk a lot, dude.
No,
Wait.
best thing I can do is get
I can't.
I'm
You end it. You can't end it over
I
there?
have nothing but a high.
No, because it's on this.